Good afternoon, one and all. See, we are going to see the modeling and simulation of electrical circuits. Okay. So the outline will be like this. In the day one, we are going to see the introduction to MATLAB, and we are going to see the basic converters. So which includes half-wave rectifiers. See, as coordinators approaching me, they told me to take for UG compulsory. They should understand. So first, what I'm trying in the first day, I will try to give you how to simulate actually. So how to select the modules from the Simulink library. So each and everything from scratch I will explain you. So basic converters introduction I will give, then modeling and simulation of converters will be given. So which includes half-wave uncontrolled rectifier with R load, RL load, RLE load, and half-wave controlled rectifiers, full-wave uncontrolled, full-wave controlled rectifiers with R, RL, RLE loads. Then we will see the buck converter, and then buck converter closed loop, then boost converter, buck boost, dual converter, three-phase inverters, or three-phase rectifiers. If time permits, okay. If time won't permit, maybe next day it will carry forward. So now we are moving from fundamentals. Then after that, we will understand what is a fuzzy. What is a MATLAB? Then after that, we'll understand the basics of converters. Then simulation you will see. Then slowly, I will increase the pace. Now, so this is what in the first day we are going to see. So coming to the introduction of the MATLAB. So as you know, MATLAB is a matrix laboratory. It is a matrix laboratory. So what it is? So why it is required? So for an electrical engineering, it is being an electrical engineer, it is very, very essential to know and understand what is a MATLAB and what is a Simulink. So if you know that, as convener rightly said, so without investing much of amount on the market, so first we will have an idea, we will design it, we will model it, and we will simulate, we will understand input-output relationships. So for what input, how much amount of output I'm getting. So how to improve or how to optimize the network. So first we will understand in the simulation. Then after that, we will go for hardware in loop. Then people go for the hardware designs. So, okay. So for implementation of either small scale to large scale product. So you need a MATLAB and Simulink is very, very essential. So to go for a small scale to large scale industry. Okay, when it comes to the electrical. So now, excuse me, who is writing? So when you consider the MATLAB and Simulink, no, nowadays it is becoming a standard system for modeling, simulation of and controlling equipment. So it is assumed that you know how to use these tools and how to develop the MATLAB and Simulink programs in the real-time engineering. So now we are going to cover introduction to MATLAB and their help, matrix programmings, the basic MATLAB operations. Then we will try to see system simulations, then modeling and control toolboxes, what we are having. Then after that, we will go for the simulation. So here I am to explain you about how to design the concepts or how to implement the circuit in the MATLAB. Okay, I'm not going to take with the theory part. I will try to show you. So how to implement the particular circuit in the MATLAB, I can help you. Okay, so here, if you want math help or MathWorks information, if you need, there is a website called, so www.mathworks.com is there. Here you will get MathWorks related information, and there is a MATLAB Central is there. In that Central also, you will have lots of data, and there even Simulink models will be available. So, and if you want mathworks.com/applications, so you can see controller designs, what type of application, power electronics, power systems, even electronics, the computers, different type of applications are there, even neural networks, fuzzy logic. So different applications are there. You can understand, if you go through this link, you can understand what type of applications the MATLAB can able to solve. Then academia student centered, some tutorials are there. Okay, and there are some demonstrations are available in the MATLAB. Okay, so which is available in this following. Then there is a MATLAB help will be there, Simulink, toolboxes, and even student version, several things are there. So that these are all different sources are there. These things will be given to you. Now, when you want to consider the MATLAB, there is a command window will be there. If you consider MATLAB, everyone knows there is a command window. One is a command window. There is a variable browser will be there. Okay, and you can see the command history also. We are having when we open the MATLAB. Okay, so you can visualize there is a command window. So where in the command window you will give your commands and it will be executed. Okay, so in the variable browser you can select each and everything, so you can see the results. Okay, in the command history, what you have performed, it will be there. So there are three parts. One is command window, you are giving the commands and output will be executed. So let us suppose I will show you one example. Even programs also you can do. Let me show you. One second. So in the command window, if I keep so row vector 12, 14, 63. So row vector, it is showing as a matrix. If I want column, when I want the row, it is comma will be given. When I want the column, the semicolon will be used. If you want a table in column vector 13 colon 45 colon minus 2 is given. I hope the screen is visible. So 13, 45 minus 2, you are getting in a column wise. If you want a row wise, comma will be given. If you want a column, it will be given as semicolon. So row, it is 12 comma 14 comma 63. I have shown you. So you will identify a row vector. It will be a matrix will be 12, 14, 63 will come. If I want a column vector with a semicolon, people will be used. Okay, and even here loop statements also we can consider. If else, how it is, the for loop, while loop, so those things. But in this session, we are purely looking after only Simulink parts. Okay, in the Simulink, what we are doing, the drag and drop will be considered. It consists of we are having different Simulink library will be there. In the Simulink library, you will have commonly used blocks will be there. Okay, so there are continuous systems will be there, discontinuous systems, discrete, and even sim power systems will be there. All the sources from current source, voltage source, current measurement, voltage measurement, there are all sorts of source things, even some machinery, even fuzzy logic, all the signals will be there. I will show you that. Okay, the Simulink library. So even transfer functions, so many signals, sources and things, continuous, discrete, all these parameters are available. Even if you want to do any system developments like transfer functions, if I want to do, or if I want to design an integrator or maybe differentiator circuits, see you will be having integrators, differentiators, even state space, transfer functions, all sorts of the mathematicals and controls, inputs, outputs, source, sink. Okay, so all sort of inputs are available here. So without delay, I will take you to that MATLAB. There are two ways you can open the Simulink. So one is going here, clicking on the Simulink, or directly in the command window. If you type Simulink, automatically Simulink window will be open. This is called GUI block model. So that is called graphic user interface model. So there is a untitled model is open, Simulink library. So here there is a AC voltage source is there. Suppose I want to do current measurement. So if I click current measurement, so there is current measurement will come. So click on the right click and add to the block. In the same way, I can do voltage measurement. So now can you able to see? Now first one, I want to design half wave uncontrolled rectifier with R load. So for that one, I want AC supply, then a diode I want, okay, and there is resistance, resistive load is required. Now here what I will consider, so I want input voltage, output voltage. So here what I will do, a voltage measurement block I will consider. Here output voltage measurement block, one more I will consider. Here current measurement block I will consider. Okay, so now I need one AC source from the Simulink library, one diode I want, one resistance I want, then what I want, So three measurement blocks. One is of voltage source, input voltage measurement. One is of current measurement. Third one is of voltage measurement across the load. And one more I want, there is a scope. So it will be connected input voltage, the current and output voltage. So now I'm going to select from the Simulink library one AC voltage source, input voltage source, diode, resistance I will consider. Okay, so that two resistance also there is series RLC branch will be there. So series RLC branch will be connected. So it is a uncontrolled rectifier. So only positive half cycle you are getting, negative half cycle will be not there. So here what I'm doing, and three measurement blocks I'm considering. I want one scope. So how to design I will show you here. And hope this is visible. So now what I'm having. So earlier what I have selected, one voltage source I have selected, one current source I have selected, one source I have selected. So now what I will do, few more elements I need to select. Suppose if you click here, now here, I want diode. Okay. If I click the diode, so diode is open. Either this one I will consider, or from the Simulink library, I will take the diode. See, first there is a voltage source. Then after that, thyristor controlled I have taken. Then after that, RL load I have taken. RL is 10. Only resistive load I will take. Okay. So then across this one, there is a voltage source I have considered. Across this one, input I have considered voltage source. So then actually, when I consider a thyristor, I need to give a firing angle. So to the thyristor, actually show measurement port will be there. I have removed that show measurement port. Then to this one gate, I have considered pulse generator. So here in the pulse generator, if you observe, actually what we have considered, amplitude is 1, period of 2 seconds, pulse width of 5, and the phase delay what I have considered is 30 into how to convert it into seconds, you might be knowing. So 0.02 seconds I have taken, 30 degrees I want. Then it will be 30 into 0.02 by 360 should be considered. Okay, so now when I consider the scope, it's visible or not. So there will be an option will come, here 4 blocks will be there. Okay, so now let me run this. Now I have run the model. So you can see here. If you observe here, see what I have considered is this is my input voltage. Okay, so 30 degrees firing angle I have taken. When I consider 30 degrees firing angle, if you observe here, exactly at 30 degrees, you are getting this is half wave control degree. So first one is the input voltage. First one is the input voltage. If you observe here, okay. So now what I have taken, the pulses I have taken 30 degrees. At 30 degrees, it has started conducting. Okay. So next half cycle, it is a half wave rectifier. So negative half cycle will not conduct. So again, one more positive half cycle on it will come. Okay. So after 180 degrees. So now one is of voltage source, one is of current source. So now what I am doing, if I consider this is with R load. Now what I will do, the same circuit I will consider RL load. The two 10 ohms and 10 e power minus 3. R is 10 ohm, inductance is 10 millihenry. So now what I am doing, I will run the model. See, now you see. So when you consider RL load, what is the input is same. The firing angle 30 degrees only I have kept. But because of RL, if you observe here, you can observe this point. So there is, because of inductor, it will not allow sudden changes in the current. So there is small amount of notches will be there. So if you observe here, till this part current will be there. You observe clearly till this part the current will be there. This is with RL load. So I have considered now a DC voltage source with 100 volts. So how I have done this one? So Simulink library, add voltage source, then I have considered this DC voltage source and you click on it, then you can select the voltage range. So I have provided 100 volts. Now run the model. So 100 volts, when we consider what is happening, output voltage, no, if you observe third waveform, the voltage has started from 100 volts. So if you observe here, voltage waveform has started from 100 volts and the waveform has started. To try to understand, I will remove and show you. So this is for by considering RLE. Same circuit, I'm removing this. So when I run the model with RL load by eliminating E. Now this is with RL load. From where it is started? From 0 it is started. You understand? So when you give any excitation extra, that is nothing but loading condition when you give. So RLE of 100 volts if you give or 200 volts if you give, from that particular point onwards, that waveform will start. Otherwise, normal RL load from 0 it has started. That is only the difference. Fine. Now this waveform you are having. So how you will take, the few members will use the snipping tool. You should not use the snipping tool. Try to understand, when you do any research, or when you do any of project work, so you should go to the tools. Okay. So file or axis scaling or axis properties will be there. So if it is 2014 version, if you are doing, figure properties will be there. So otherwise, so in 2020 other things, go to the style or legend, go to the style, you click on the style. So figure color or axis color, so you can select the axis color, even you can select the color of the diagram, and thickness of the line can be selected, even 2 I can keep. Okay. So okay, even this particular graph also you can take, there is a legends will be there. So instead of this, you understood, third waveform is changed to blue, and if I consider third waveform, now I am changing it to okay, even background. If you want background black, white you can apply, or it's up to you. See, there is called processing the results. See, earlier you got the raw result. So now what you are doing, you are processing your results. So for your research paper, you need to process your results. Processing means, so you are able to edit the figures properly. Then only people will consider for your research work. And fourth one, it may be okay. Even thickness can be increased. So now why I am increasing the thickness? The reason is, suppose first one also 2 I have kept. Okay. Now, even inversion of colors can be done. Okay. So if you enlarge it, you can clearly visualize the graphs. Okay. Suppose if you don't want like this, you want only, you can able to see no graphs. If you don't want this, if you want only one graph, okay, both all the graphs in one, then layout you go, only select one or two. Clear? So input waveform, then output voltage, current, and the even this function generator 3 can become, or all 4 if you want. Here in the legends, So you can select. Okay, you want 4 waveforms or individually, or you want separately. So you can easily select. So if you drag like this, what is happening? Who's writing? Okay, is it clear? So these are called process results. So here you see, when I consider the legend, if you observe, here I have considered the legend. If I remove this, legend is not there. Did you observe or not? I don't know. See, you view, click on the legend. So here legend has come. Did you observe? So this one can be considered thick colors. So you can edit it. Okay, so this is first one is voltage measurement, second one is pulse generator, third one is output voltage. There in the scope you can give, you can write output voltage, input voltage, even this is the pulse generator of input, then output current. So everything can be written. So what we have done, so first we have seen how to design a circuit, then after that, so how to process the result. This is called half wave rectifier. Now, so instead of thyristor, I'm removing it. I'm considering uncontrolled. Okay, so for that one, so diode I have typed, so diode I have taken. Okay, so now here I'm keeping the diode. Okay, when you consider this show measurement block, you remove. Okay, and you connect it. So now you observe what it is. There is an input voltage source 230 volts into, this is the RMS value we have considered. So input voltage, then there is a diode I have considered, this is a diode, and there is a current measurement block. This one from down you take. See, then R load you will take first. This is half wave uncontrolled. The half wave uncontrolled, this is a control. Thyristor I use control. Then now what we need to do? So I'm going to save it as file, save as. So this is uncontrolled. I'm saving. Okay. So now you see. So what I have considered, there is a power GA block is mandatory. You need to keep it in 50 e power minus 6. Okay. So the graphic user interface that is. So now voltage source, diode, there is a resistor. Okay. Now I'm running the model. I'll show you the results, how it will come. So earlier in the controlled half wave rectifier, there is a firing angle is given 30 degrees like that. But whereas here, so I have removed it. So what I am considered, only diode is considered. So how the result will be, I'll show you. Now see this. So if you observe a diode rectifier, can able to identify here there is no firing angle. So directly it conducts from 0 to 90 degrees. Other half will be nothing is there. Then another half will be conducting. So whereas if you consider here what we have considered, so here we have considered diode. When you consider the thyristor and with a firing angle, so either 30 degrees or 60 degrees or 90 degrees. So that's the reason when you consider thyristor with a pulse generator, when you provide either 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, it is called as controlled half wave rectifier. When you consider a diode, you are not doing any firing angle. So it is uncontrolled half wave rectifier. Difference, I hope you understood. So when you consider a diode half wave rectifier, it is uncontrolled because we are not changing any firing angle. But when you consider, whenever you consider a thyristor with a pulse generator, so there 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, it will be changing. So you are able to control that. Okay. So now let me take full wave rectifier. Here what I have considered. So if you observe here, thyristors I have considered, and here this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4 will be during positive half cycle, it will be conducting. So now you see, for this pulse generator, I have considered period is 0.02 seconds and the phase delay is 30 into 0.02 by 360 degrees. So whereas the fourth one also at a time it is conducting. So that's why 1 and 4 will be given same pulse 30 only. Whereas second one will be conducting after 180 degrees. So 180 plus 30, it will be how much? 210. Are you understanding? So there is voltage source, bridge rectifier if I consider. So there is a pulse generator is connected to the first thyristor and the fourth thyristor. So the pulses will be same. Reason is during positive half cycle. So the conduction will be like this. Okay, through first thyristor and through the load, through the fourth one, it will come. So that's the reason pulse generator, the phase delay which is given is 30 into 0.02 by 360, which is same as equal to the phase delay of the fourth thyristor. When you consider the negative half cycle, 2 and 3 will be conducted. So when it will be conducted, so it will be conducted after 180 degrees. So when you consider that, the pulse generator will be 180 plus 30 degrees, it will be 210. So here this is 210 and this is also 210 degrees. Okay, so now I will run the model. So only that is the difference. So the bridge rectifier is considered only pulse generator which are connected for 1 and 4, it will be same rating at 30 degrees. The pulse generator which is connected to 2 and 3, it will be of 180 plus 30. Okay. Now RL load I have considered. The half wave uncontrolled rectifier.
Yes.
Okay. In the half wave, visible now?
Yes, sir, visible.
So now in the half wave.
visible.
Okay. So diode we have used and voltage source diode with a resistor. So here what we have done, so is a simple diode. So here voltage source one is connected. Here also one voltage source is connected. Here current source is connected. 3 are connected to a scope. Okay. And to connect it, power GUI block is required. Okay. So here we can observe the half wave uncontrolled rectifier. There is nothing controlled. There is no firing angle at all. If you observe here, half wave only positive half cycles you are getting the output. When you consider this is with R load. When you consider RL load because of an inductor, so you are getting these extra notches. Okay, so this is also we have seen. So when you consider the freewheeling diode, those things will be eliminated. If you want, I can show you. So now what we have done, we move to half wave control rectifier. Why it is called control? Because here we are considering one pulse generator. So in pulse generator, amplitude 1 is given, the period is 0.02 seconds is given, and so 30 degrees I had given. So to convert 30 degrees into seconds, there what I had given 30 degrees into 0.02 by 360 degrees I had given. Okay. So when pulse generator is connected, when AC supply, it is connected, what happened? At 30 degrees, it is conducting. So that's why, so I am changing either 30 degrees, 60 degrees or 90 degrees. So we are controlling it. So that's the reason. So with the help of thyristor, we are able to control the circuit. Okay, how much is required. So that's the reason it is called as controlled rectifiers. Earlier one is uncontrolled. We don't have any control, full waveform we are getting. So here we are controlling the circuit from where, when to start. Then after that, if I consider same controlled rectifier with RL load. So controlled rectifier 30 degrees with RL load is extra notches are there. Okay. So now then we move to uncontrolled and or semi-controlled. So what happened? So here 2 are thyristors and 2 are diodes. You will get ensure that full wave rectifier. Okay. But when I consider, That is wrong. So this circuit you consider. So when I consider a thyristors anywhere, so definitely you can ensure that there is a controlling over the circuit. So here also we can see the controlling. I'll show you that circuit first. I'll show you. So this MATLAB Simulink is visible, no? So I'm running the model. Is
Yes,
it visible?
it is visible.
So now what I have considered is, if you observe here, it's a control rectifier. So it's a control rectifier. So what I have considered, okay. So what I have considered, there is a voltage source. The four thyristors I have considered. So during positive cycle, half cycle, 1 and 4 will be conducted. During negative half cycle, 2 and 3 will be conducted. Okay. So and when if I want to control a circuit, so for 1 and 3 at a time they are conducting. So the pulse generator angle which I have given, the phase delay 30 degrees is exactly given to this particular circuit. Even sometimes few members know. So they will delete it, they will directly connect it to this circuit like this. Even if you do like that, it will work out. You have to understand. Instead of giving too many circuits, even directly you can connect like this. Okay. So even if you connect like that also, it will work because both the values are same. And second and third thyristors will be of same value. When it will conduct after 180 degrees, 180 plus 30, it will be 210. Then now first R load I am taking. Let me take the R load. Let me take the R load. So if I take R load and I will run, so bridge rectifier, full wave rectifier with R load. With R load, if I consider 30 degrees, okay, then after that 210, then 30, 210. So it is continuously coming. So this is with R load. Same if you want, here just simply replace R with RL load. And if you keep 1 e power minus 3, it will not work. 10 e power minus 3 you keep. If you keep 10 e power minus 3 and you run the model, this is full wave rectifier with RL load. If you consider RLE, only extra one thing will come. So from where you need to start, it may be 100 volts or 200 volts, it will come. Okay. I hope. So this is a thyristor base. In the same way, even uncontrolled also you can consider. Uncontrolled is without any firing angle conductions, it will come. So then we will move to buck converter design. So what is a buck converter? You tell me. So when buck converter is given, when the input voltage is high, then output voltage will be given, low voltage will come. So step down will occur. A voltage is a step down, whereas current is a step up. Try to understand. When buck converter is considered, the input voltage will be high, output voltage is low. But whereas current will be an inverse. So for this, what I have considered is during modes of operation, during positive half cycle, what will conduct? During negative half, it consists of voltage source, a diode, inductor, and capacitor. There is a load of resistive loading. Okay, so voltage source is there. There is a switch. There is a switch. So the L and C is there. So during on state condition, LC is there. During off state condition, here only the inductor will generate the energy, and through the capacitances, through the diode, it will be going. So now I consider. So for an input voltage 12 volts, duty ratio of 0.6 and switching frequency of 10 kHz, a load is of 100 watts, and ripple inductor is 10% of the I naught, and ripple in the capacitor voltage is 1% of output voltage. So now basic formula, when I want to find out the V naught, it is duty ratio into Vs we will consider. So my duty ratio is 0.6 and source voltage is 12 volts. 12 into 0.6, 7.2. The output power, if I want to calculate V naught, I naught, okay, and the delta IL ripple in is calculated, and delta from the ripple of 10% of I naught, and ripple in the capacitor voltage, it is 1% of the V naught, that is calculated. And from the ripple in the current, ripple in the voltage, we have calculated design of how much amount of L need to be considered, how much amount of C need to be considered, how much amount of R need to be considered. So try to understand. So for the circuit, we are having voltage source, diode. Here also switch is a diode or thyristor can be considered, and we have considered inductor, capacitor, and resistor. Now what happened? I'm deciding the input voltage and output voltage, and ripple factor how much is required in the voltage and current. So what I did, input voltage is 12 volts I have considered, output voltage will be 7.2 by considering duty ratio of 0.6. So load power is given to you. This is the given data. Switching frequency is given to you. Ripple in the inductor is given to you. Ripple in the capacitor is given to you. By considering that values, we have calculated ripple out of 10% of I naught. So we have calculated ripple in the voltage. We calculated from there. We know the formula. Okay, Vs into d, 1 minus d by FL. So from there, L I have calculated. And ripple in the from the ripple in the voltage, capacitance I have calculated. From the power circuit, R I have calculated. Okay, so I know that L, C, R values. So for these values, now we will connect the circuit. We will see the waveform should be during on time, it should be charging. During the off time, it should discharge the currents. So we need to ensure that. Okay, see, there is a voltage source is given input. So input of 12 volts, and there is IGBT is taken. Okay, and pulse generator is connected to that one. Okay, 60 bit, and there is diode. Inductor is how much we have calculated, 207.34 4 minus 6, and capacitance value was 247, and resistance value was 0.518. For all the values we have calculated. Now earlier how much I got output voltage? Can anyone say? Now you can see. So output voltage and output currents. Okay. So this is the voltage and this is the current. Current is 13.87 and voltage is 7.187. So my theoretical calculations and the simulations are mapping. So now, if I want to see properly, so this is the pulse width. So now what happened? The input voltage what we have considered. If you observe here, so this is the input voltage of 12 volts. This is the output voltage. You see clearly? Okay, this much you will see. Okay, so now what I want to show you. So this is output current. This is output voltage. Okay, it is varying in between 7.2 or 7.3 on an average. If you observe here, so based on your firing angle, charging, discharging will be happening. If you observe here, first graph and fourth graph, okay. So the charging, discharging period is happening due to based on your duty cycles. So same thing, no, you can ensure here. So you can see here. It is on how it is charging, it is off how it is discharging. And here I extra have considered there is a mean blocks. So I have taken to the current source mean block I have calculated current how much, 13.87. So when you see here also I got the 13.87 is there. Okay. So if you see clearly, so these are the things. So is it okay, buck converter?